Rich Bond, and I'm the grand poobah of the moolah.
Hey folks, this is Rich Bond with Benchmark Mortgage. Yesterday, an amazing man lost his battle with cancer. I'm sure you all have heard that Steve Jobs is no longer with us. Now, everybody knows him for Apple and the fact that he changed the world. In fact, what he did was he made the PC, the personal computer, accessible to everyday people. That was the big revolution. The thing I remember most that Steve Jobs did from my childhood was this commercial in 1984 during the Olympics. They had this world, it was gray, and they had this guy coming up with a hammer, and he was coming and twirling the hammer up, and he threw it. And he threw it through this big screen. It was a crash. The commercial was shown only once on TV. But that's not the greatest thing that he ever did. John Scully was one of the really, really high-ranking people over at PepsiCo. And while Apple was really still a nothing, you know, they were just starting to make their mark, but they weren't Apple as we know them today. Steve Jobs did the ultimate sales job. He went over and spoke to John Scully in his New York apartment. He said, John, you've got everything you want with PepsiCo. You make all the money you're ever going to need. You're a huge corporate wonk there. You know, you're doing great. But do you want to spend the rest of your life selling sugar water? Or do you want to change the world? Think about that. Do you want to spend the rest of your life selling sugar water? Or do you want to change the world? John Scully, of course, went over to Apple, and he's part of the team that propelled that company to greatness. Now, what I'd like you to do is I really want you to think about what you and I do. Okay, first, as a mortgage lender, saying I'm a mortgage lender is absolutely incorrect. Yes, what I do, the process that I follow is mortgage lending, but I help people by arranging the assets and resources that are necessary for them to acquire the space where they're going to build a foundation for their family, where they're going to build a lifetime of memories, where they're going to create the physical and geographic location that their children can drive by 20 years later and go, this is where I grew up. This is where I rode my first bicycle. This is my neighbor. This is my best friend's house. That's what I do. I make that possible. Realtors, next time somebody asks what you do not sell houses. That's not what you do. No. That's the process. What do? You help people locate those spaces. You help people find a space that they're going to fill with memories, that they're going to fill with a lifetime of achievements, of laughter, and of tears. That's how you and I are going to change the world. We're not selling sugar water. And we have to understand our passion. We have to ignite our fire. The same way that Steve Jobs lit his fire, and we have to know what our passion is in order to help more people. So next time you're questioning whether what you do is worth it, why you do your job, I want you to just think about this one sentence. Do you want to sell sugar water for the rest of your life, or do you want to change the world? This is Rich Bond with Benchmark Mortgage. Have a successful day.